Okay, it's coming along. I have a couple more wither skeleton skulls. Um, Here is where I want to do a little bit of a potion setup. Alright, so here's how I'm going to wire this up here. It needs several droppers. Actually, I might as well just clear some space below these. Need a dropper there, and a dropper there, and then a hopper there. And notice that the hopper immediately takes the bottles and they go in there. But we need a signal to tell the dropper to push the stuff through. So here's my little method here. Let's see. Need an observer. Look down that way. With some redstone dust for it to observe. Then I actually I'm going to put a temporary block here because I want the observer to look up into it. Okay. Put redstone dust there, and then the comparator will be what outputs a signal if there's anything in the dropper. So we can disable the hopper by sending it a redstone signal. So as soon as I turn the switch off, the hopper will reactivate, push things into the dropper. That will send a signal out and trigger the observer, which will send a signal to that redstone, which will then trigger that observer. I tried earlier with having this observer actually right here, but the time it took, like, it didn't work for some reason. I think it needed an extra little bit of time or something. So let's try this. There we go. Now all three are there. Somehow, I'm not sure how, it got both droppers to work. And that's a pretty simple circuit there. Pretty simple circuit, I think. So I just got to do it a second time because most potions require at least 3 phases. So, a dropper going up and a dropper going sideways. And it's important that it's a dropper and not a dispenser because a dispenser will just turn the items into entities and shoot them out into the world where they can despawn if you don't pick them up. So we'll want a similar thing here. Temporary block there. Observer looking up into it. And some redstone dust. There and there. And a comparator here. And then finally a hopper. Hey, that worked again. So relatively straightforward. I'm sure other people have done similar things. And looks like that made some mundane potion, which didn't do anything. Which I shouldn't have had that redstone in there. Oh well. Alright, so... And then I just want to put switches next to the hoppers. There. And... want one more hopper going into a chest. I can do right there. The chest right here. And put the hopper into it. And one more switch. Or lever. There. That's pretty straightforward. Now let's test it out. I've got some water bottles here. And then here. Whoops. Uh-oh. Where'd the water bottle go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, if I don't have the hoppers disabled, everything will just flow all the way through. But I don't want those. Water bottle. These are all activated and therefore locked. So there's that. I'll go ahead and put another wart in here. And then I'm going to put magma cream in here, which is, it's going to be most of the potions I make in the nether will be fire resistance potion. And then redstone in here. And once this is done, now I can switch this. And now it's brewing magma cream. Theoretically, I could then start a new batch here. In fact, what I want to do is I'll feed it that way. Okay, that's done. So now I just have to switch that. And now it's adding the redstone. There we go. This is where I'll keep all the water bottles. This is activated, so that's deactivated. Now the thing about the nether, of course, is that we can't have open water, but we can have water in these cauldrons, and each cauldron has enough for 3. So I can keep all my water bottles in there. And there's some fire resistance potion. Push that back on. Okay, so I want to do that over. Actually, you know what? I'll do a couple of batches at once. And I'm out of water except for 2 doses there, or 2, whatever. I'll just put those in. Okay. These are all... Actually, you know what I should do to make sure that I can easily see the status of those is just use some redstone lamps. So that there. Those back. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. There. Right. Awkward potion in there. Those should all be on, of course. Oops. Somehow one of, Yeah, it's easy for this to mess up because sometimes stuff will get stuck in the droppers. I'll do it right. But in the past, when I've done something like this, eventually I get the rhythm down. So that's on, which means that that's off, and I can put awkward potion in there and mend the cream. Okay. Now that's brewing up a new dose of awkward potion, while that is brewing up the fire resistance. And now I can let that go into there. And now that's adding the redstone. Now that's done. Now that's brewing. Now that's ready for more, but I'm not going to do more right now. So that's done. So I go ahead and switch that off. Back on. And now, oh, that didn't work. What's going on? Did I not put? Maybe I moved it before it was done brewing. In any case, that's kind of the idea here. I'm sure other people have more elaborate setups, and I'd love to hear other ideas for this, suggestions, because I'm sure there are more sophisticated brewing setups with redstone, but I'm a noob at redstone, so that's ready, so that goes in there now. we go. And of course, once that's done, all right, well, my little base is, well, it's, it's not, I've got everything laid out here. My respawn anchor, I don't even need this, but I don't need this anymore, so get rid of that. And, oh yeah, one more thing, I think. I could also theoretically put hoppers on top and put blaze powder in them. Because that's how, I think that's how the fuel is fed. Right? No, it's not right. It must be the other way. Well, I'll figure that out another time. Today, I think that's enough. I made a little base away from base. It's, and I've got so much experience now, it's going to be really easy to do some enchanting. I've brought most of my books and my diamond stuff over from my home base. And I'll still use that one, when I want to, but now it's really easy for me just to sit here, wait for enough blazes to show up, go collect the experience, and then do a bunch of enchanting. And more blazes will appear while I'm puttering about. Alright, cool. Well, come back next time.